Hello everybody, Kevin here, Raf3094. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be leaving our full review on Stellar Blade. And let me tell you guys, this game is definitely absolutely stellar. None pun intended, but but no, jokes aside, this is definitely one of my favorite action games in 2024, along with, Space Marine 2 and Black Myth Wukong. I still need to beat Black Myth Wukong, by the way. I don't know what the fuck I've been doing, but then again, I've been slacking off with Stellar Blade 2, so maybe now I might have a lot of time now to play Black Myth Wukong, so. But anyways, Stellar Blade, I first played this game as a demo months ago, and surprisingly, the game was pretty good. If you can get over with the amount of eye candy that you'll get, in the beginning of the game, and so on. But for what the game has to offer, I would say this is definitely, like I said, one of my favorite action games of 2024, and with many good reasons. I don't know, I think something about this game kind of really reminded me of playing Ninja Gaiden back in the days, as well as the Devil May Cry games. But it definitely reminded me more of Ninja Gaiden in most aspects, but with some of the little bit of a Devil May Cry sprinkled on top of it. But to me, it reminds me more of Ninja Gaiden from the way how the music soundtrack flows. It dynamically changes when you go to different stages. Some of the movesets, the action, but mainly the soundtrack and the music is what really reminded kind of giving me that, I don't know, something about the exploration, the music, everything about this game just kind of gives me that old school hack and slash type of games that I desperately miss. And I'm so disappointed that Team Ninja is so not making a new 3D Ninja Gaiden game. It ain't that hard, Team Ninja. Stop making goddamn freaking historical fantasy game. Which, okay, keep making them, but make a goddamn Ninja Gaiden game, for Christ's sake. At this rate, make Ninja Gaiden. Please, Team Ninja. But yeah, that's what this game really reminded me of the amount of stuff that they put in the game in terms of content-wise, exploration, secrets, Easter eggs. This game even has 3 different endings, which I think I look up online, and I pretty much chosen the best ending, where you did Lily's side mission. You also take Adam's hand, even though I'm still was very hesitant to not take his hand, but I still did it. Turns out to be the best choice in this game, to say the least, because the game does set up a sequel, essentially, at the end. Something tells me we're not done with Mother Sphere after all the bullshit has happened, but likewise, like I said, this game is pretty fantastic in terms of the visual, the art design. The story, and I'll say the weakest aspect of what will probably be the story and maybe the characters, but mainly the story. I would say the story is really of a lot of mashup of a lot of different things, like the Matrix, NieR Automata, and I think that's the best comparison I could give. I guess a little bit of Terminator as well, mixing with that, since it involves with AI. I guess 2001 Space Odyssey sort of serves a little bit of inspiration to it, but the story is, I would say, is a bit predictable. I already kind of figured that, the NieR tubers are pretty much, humans. I already kind of figured that out before they even played the freaking audio. Yeah, NieR tubers are humans. Yeah, I kind of figured that out. And then obviously we are the aggressors. We are the androids that pretty much wipe humanity to existence. But like I said, I think what makes this game really stick out is probably the soundtrack, which is absolutely fantastic. You got the same music team from the NieR franchise, and yeah, those guys make some pretty goddamn good music. Like, I don't know how the hell they do it, but those guys, that Monica, keep doing what you do best. Keep giving us great soundtrack, okay? And for God's sake, someone in Hollywood hire those guys to make music for your movies. Come on, Hollywood. Like, they're right there. But yeah, music, fantastic. Visually fantastic. Art style, art direction, I would say is pretty good too. Like even some of the art design to it, especially with Eve when she reached her final form, looks pretty good as well. It's definitely a great departure from her original look. She definitely looks a lot more angelic, a lot more innocent in some ways, but also looking, somewhat badass too. And that's the thing about this game. This game is badass when it comes to the epic grand epic, when it comes to the cutscenes with the action epic scale moments. Like the action set piece is good. There's a lot of it's a lot of epic moments. You got slow motion, you got some crazy ass swordplay going on here, and it's the way it's executed, the way it was shot, the way how the music flows and all that stuff. It's just badass. And that's the thing, people, that's what people want. We want good entertainment. And that's what this game has to offer. Good entertainment from beginning to end. Now, like I say, I'm open to a Stellar Blade 2 because they released for an opening. And you know me, I would jump the ship on that. And I will definitely be playing this game on PC when it comes out 2025. Because I have a feeling on PC it's going to even run and look even better than it did on the PS5 right now. And the game looks pretty damn good already on the PS5. So I can't imagine this game, how it looks on PC. It's gonna look goddamn insane. But yeah, likewise, I would say the game plays pretty good. The combat, like I said, very reminiscent to Devil May Cry, along with Ninja Gaiden. But I think it's leaning towards a little bit more on Devil May Cry more than Ninja Gaiden. You also get a little bit of the Sekiro gameplay too with the parry system, which is extremely important, by the way. You guys gotta learn how to parry. You have to use parry to win this game. And coming from me, that is not really good at parrying at all in any games, I managed to beat this game from beginning to end. And I'm not the best when it comes to parry. You saw me. I make mistakes. I fuck up. But I think that's why I keep coming back and playing this game, because the game is fun and enjoyable. It's challenging. It can be frustrating, but it's also rewarding when you manage to, parry like 6-7 moves, 4 moves at the same time. And just the whole movement system in this game is pretty good for the most part. I still think Eve moves pretty slow. I think she should be a little bit faster when it comes to pulling out her combos, the way her dodge system works. Maybe they can fix that in the second game, but yeah, I kind of find some spot where she can be a little bit too slow, especially when it comes to invading certain enemies in the game. The range combat, I would say, not the greatest. In my opinion, I think the ranged weapons are extremely underpowered. You only use the weapons to for exploration mainly, or you just don't want to face certain enemies face to face. But me, I just face them face to face with the sword anyway, so it is what it is. Also, that's also another minor gripe too, is that Eve she gets no weapon variety at all. She is stuck with the sword. That sword is your baby. That sword is what's going to get you to this whole game entirely. I kind of wish they bought some, unique weapons, like maybe like a spear, a more close range tonfa weapon, or some other weapons. But I would love to see, better yet, a great sword, a claymore type of style heavy weapon. I would love to see that in this game. But like I said, we might see that in Stellar Blade 2. But yeah, a lack of weapon variety can maybe turn some people off because you're all going to be stuck with the blade. But that also comes with a good cost too, because now I think the game is going to be much more well balanced, because the sword is going to be dependent. All the skill tree that you got is going to be dependent on the sword specifically. Now, if you go like spear, great sword, you're going to have different tree branches, different abilities to use. And I think that's the reason why they didn't make multiple weapons, even though I would love to see multiple weapons. But like I say, hopefully they'll bring out some more weapons in part 2. Also, enemy variety, it can be a little bit lacking too. You're all going to be facing the same enemy a lot. Even you go to different regions, you are going to be facing the same enemy. They might have a different shade of color, but you're all going to be facing a lot of the same enemies, and that could be a little bit of a turn off. But it still didn't make me turn off the game. It still made me keep going, but I just wish to kind of give add more enemy varieties. And you're gonna add the same enemies in newer, higher level enemies. Get them new attack patterns, new combos to keep a lookout for. Make it more interesting. But the only balance is oh, let's make them stronger and let's them make them hit harder. That's not good balance in my opinion. The Great Desert is a great example. I hate exploring that place because of how spongy the enemies are in that game, in that area specifically, the Great Desert. Everything in that area fucking sucks when it comes to facing the enemies. Obviously, when you're doing New Game Plus, it's no problem because you get all the abilities, the weapon upgrades, all that stuff. But when you do that for the first time, oh my goodness, it sucks. It's to the point I kind of speed run that area to get it over it, and that's the thing. I speed run it, and I miss a lot of things in that place when I came back and do that NieR Automata crossover DLC. I miss a lot of things over there at the Great Desert because I rush to get the hell out of that place as quickly as possible. But another thing I'm gonna gripe too, the parkour system in this game kind of sucks. I ain't gonna lie, I don't really like it as much. There are a lot of instances where I cannot really tell how far you are, you know, and then you misjudge the double jump, for example, and then you end up falling down, breaking your goddamn legs. You gotta do the whole fucking climbing process again. It gets really frustrating. My only wish is make the parkour system more easier to navigate. Like fucking Ninja Gaiden Black on the original Xbox has better parkour system than Stellar Blade. And even that game has a very, I guess, somewhat outdated camera system. And that game still has better parkour than goddamn Stellar Blade. That's probably the worst thing. That's probably the worst thing I hate in Stellar Blade is the parkour. I don't like the parkour in this game as much. If you're gonna add parkour, make it do better, or take it out entirely. That's just my opinion right there. And also some of the equipment that you get in this game, like the extra spine and the gear you get, some of them don't really make a difference at all, you know, when it comes to boosting your stats. So they're kind of useless, sort of, not really. I don't know, maybe they should, you know, make the extra spine a little bit more beefier when you upgrade them, you know, because upgrading to 3 times, you just get like a 1%, 2% more stronger. It's like, you can do better than that, come on. And let's talk about the Taki mode as well. Taki mode, which is your rage mode. Which is your rage mode in this game. By the way, pretty badass when you go Taki mode. You done the Taki suit, the fucking rings. Music starts banging, fucking going crazy mode. Unfortunately, Taki mode, you don't do jack shit when it comes to damage. And that's probably one of the gripes I have for Taki mode. It's badass to see it in action and to see it happen, but you don't really get too much of a result. But they've done that in a balanced way to the point it's not too overpowered, but I think they made it a little bit too underpowered in my opinion. So they're going to bring that back in part 2. Make it strong, but make it last a little bit less. But, you know, that's just my opinion on the choice on that. But likewise, though, like I said, this game, like I said, it's pretty good. Music, fantastic. Action set pieces, it's fantastic. Cutscene, fantastic. Like I said, the visuals in this game is really good for a PS5 title, which it could be running and look better on PC, by the way. Still looks pretty damn good on PS5, which I'm pretty damn impressed. But yeah, I think that's best way I can describe this game. This game just kind of reminds me of the good old hack and slash game back in the early days of PlayStation 2 and Xbox, and I think that's why I kind of like this game more now than before. Before I was kind of skeptical. I was like, I'll try the demo. Okay, this game's not bad. I bought the game. Okay, this game's pretty damn good. And now I want more. I want more of this. Not just Stellar Blade 2. I want more games like this. Are we gonna get more of it? I should fucking hope so. Time will tell. But yeah, like I said, highly recommend you guys check this game out if you guys love hack and slash games like Devil May Cry, Ninja Gaiden, and NieR Automata. Don't forget NieR Automata. NieR Automata is definitely the biggest inspiration in this game, especially with the music crew too that composed the music for that game. Also composed the music for this game too. So, but yeah, I think that's the best way I could describe this game. A lot of good, some bad. Like I said, story could have been told better. I would say the story can be confusing, if not a bit generic, but it's still passable. But it could have been better. Characters could be written better as well, but it's also passable. But you know, I'll kind of wish a more in-depth story. I kind of want to know more about the background, sort of before all this event happened. You know, I want to see flashbacks. Spoiler alert, if you guys. Spoiler alert, if you guys haven't beaten the game yet, so skip this part specifically if you don't want to get spoiled. So, other than that, here we go. So, I wish we know more story about Adam, aka Raphael Marx. He is the one that created Mother Sphere, which I didn't know that until I watched the video again when I was editing. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, he's the motherfucker that created Mother Sphere. He's the one that started this whole fucking war, and because because the mankind was getting their asses kicked so bad, he resorted to changing their bodies to toughen them up to go up against the android. In other words, giving up their humanity to become NieR Automata. I want to see more background story on that. I wish we could have seen some flashback scenes on that event. But we didn't get to see that. All we know is that Adam was Raphael Marx, aka the Elder NieR Automata. He is the first NieR Automata. And yeah, I kind of saw it happening. Adam is gone. He's been missing the whole game. I was like, this motherfucker is the Elder NieR Automata. He has to be. Sure enough, he ends up being the Elder NieR Automata. But like I said, I wish we had more in-depth with the storytelling. I think that could be expanded and probably better told in the second game. But it's kind of a hot mess. Like, and overall, you're not playing this game for the story. You're playing the game for the action and the gameplay, and that's what this game has: good gameplay and good action. The story is an afterthought. You can put more time into it. Okay, it's like I said, it's not a bad story. Could have been told better. Could have been written better. But this is Shift Up's first game. The guys who did, I think, Goddess of Nike, the fucking gacha game, as well as Blade, and then got the art designer for Blade and Soul to create the design for the armors, and the art too of the game. So, like I said, Stellar Blade is a 9.5 out of 10. 9.5. That's a pretty goddamn high rating. And this game definitely has my seal of approval of being badass. Like I said, take the time, play the demo first before you jump the gun on this game. Try the demo if you like it. Definitely play this game from start to the end. Won't be disappointed. And with that being said, I think that is going to be my review and my thoughts on Stellar Blade. I don't want to rant this video for far too long because I have a feeling I've been ranting on for far too long. 9.5 out of 10 is my final verdict. Absolutely badass game. Check it out. But other than that, guys, that's all I got to say for Stellar Blade. I'm hoping Shift Up will make a sequel for this game ASAP. And maybe potentially making other cool potential big IP as well. I wish for the best of luck for Shift Up. Keep up the good work. And don't let anybody talk you down, okay? Because you guys promised us that you wanted this game to be uncensored and uncut at day one. Day one patch drop, you guys censored the game. Let's not make that happen again for Stellar Blade 2, okay? Shift Up, come on. Stick to your guns. And tell all those other people out there and Sony high-ups to get the fuck out of my way and let me make my own game. Okay? So, with that being said, that is my verdict on the game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. And if you guys did, hit the like button in this video. If you guys didn't, hit the dislike button. It's all up to you. And with that being said, this is going to be a wrap of my playthrough for Stellar Blade. Bit of a pretty good long journey for the past couple of months, and I have to say this game is definitely worth my time, and you should be checking this game out too when you get the chance. But yeah, looking forward to Celeblade 2, Celeblade on PC next year. And without further ado, guys, let me know in the comments down below what you guys personally think about Celeblade. You guys love it? You guys hate it? Let me know in the comments down below, because I'm really curious of what you guys think about the whole game as a whole. Honestly, this game should have been nominated for Game of the Year for 2024, but it is what it is. But other than that, guys, I got nothing else to say. But other than that, hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend. And until then, guys, I will see you in the next one. Peace.
Yeah, the world is falling through. I really do, holding on to all that's left of humanity. Never say we'll find the truth.